Sometimes the biggest limitation in your life is the environment you're standing in. But she's my bestie. She has my back. On one hand, she does, but when it comes to leveling up or growing, she wants you to stay right there, neck and neck with her. Don't believe me? Just look at your circle and see who stands above the rest. If you're here, then it's probably not you.
The Mindset Manual with Myron Williams.
Welcome to the Mindset Manual, the place where we talk about the hard truths that most people avoid, but the truths that can actually change your life. I'm Myron, entrepreneur, father, and student of life. And today we're talking about one of the harsh truths about success. This is episode 3 of my 8-part series on the harsh truths about success. Thank you for joining me as I give my real life testimony on entrepreneurships and strengthening your emotional intelligence to handle any situation. We grew up with friends and made great memories, but growth changes priorities. Not everyone grows in the same direction. Some circles revolve around complaining, blaming, and avoiding responsibility. Your environment shapes your thinking, and your thinking shapes your life. I want to talk about a thing that happens to most of us in life. We never want to outshine our circle. We always want to stay close to our friends, and everybody comes up at the same time. Everybody, is living kind of around the same level. In reality, that's not how it's supposed to be. Some people are just going to be more successful than others. It's the ones that decide to step away from the pack that actually makes it to the next level. The ones that stay in the horde and stay in the circle, everybody stays the same. Nobody goes and levels up. It's that one that stays in the lab, or if they're an athlete, stays in the gym or stay working on their craft, that outshines the next person. That should be you. Don't let your circle hold you back. I want to share my journey with you. I'm going to tell you a couple stories about things that I've experienced with my friends, family, significant others, and my circle that held me back. Well, I learned later in life that it was holding me back. At the time, it didn't seem like it. I had a tax office. No, actually, I had 3 tax offices at the time. And I was dating someone. I started dating someone. I already had the offices before we met, and I was already doing really well. And we had been dating for a little while, and it was coming up on, say, 7-8 months we've been dating. And I was telling her, I'm thinking about opening up some more offices. My other 3 offices are doing really well. I saw some locations that I like, and I think that I'm gonna open up some more locations. So her response was not what I was expecting. She was like, "You're gonna open up more locations, you're gonna stress yourself out, you're gonna be away from the house more. You're doing really well right now. Why do you need more locations?" So I'm thinking like, well, we're in a relationship. I'm trying to level up so we can buy nicer things and have more fun and travel. But her thing was, no, she just wanted me to continue where I was, stay on the road that I was on, and just have our relationship. But I'm thinking I was like maybe like 30 years old at the time, full of energy, full of life, full of ambition. Why would not go for it? This is the perfect time to go for it. No kids or nothing like that. It's time for me to go for it. But she didn't see it that way. She felt like I was doing too much. At the time, I felt some kind of way, but I was in a relationship. I was doing well. So I was kind of comfortable, but I really wanted to open up those locations. I had scouted a place and everything, but I ended up just passing on that. I didn't do it. But later, when the season started, that tax season started, I rolled by those locations that I had scouted, and turned out somebody had put what? Tax offices in there. That really got me to thinking, man, I had a great idea. I had a plan, but I let my girlfriend at the time talk me out of doing it. You know how that sting. You know how that sting a little bit. You know that. But what I'm saying is that happens to a lot of us. Our significant other holds us back from an idea that we have. Oh, you don't need to do that. You're going to lose your insurance. You need to stay on your job. You don't need to do that. You can't invest our money into that. It's always something that you have to hear to keep you from going forward. Now, I'm not telling you, I don't want you to say, I'm not a relationship counselor, so I don't want you to get a divorce or break up with your girlfriend or boyfriend because of what I'm saying. I'm just sharing my story of what happened to me, and it ended up turning out great for me. I ended that relationship. I moved on, opened up 10 tax offices, did great, ended up selling those offices off, making a ton of money doing it. So that's my story. So my point of this story is just to tell you that even your relationships can hold you back if you and the person are on the same page. Now, let me tell you about some other stuff. How your circle can hold you back, like your friends. You know how you don't want to outshine your circle. You don't want to be above them. You kind of, want to stay the same, but you think that you're doing them a favor by staying where you are. And in reality, they're keeping you right where they want you to be. Have you ever noticed every time you give them an idea or share an idea with them, they give you the negative side of what can happen if it doesn't work? You're gonna lose your money. You're gonna waste a lot of time. This is gonna work. You're gonna fail. Instead of saying, yeah, do it, go for it. Most circles don't do that. Most friend groups don't do that. That's just not how they are. But a real friend will get behind you. A real friend will invest in that business. A real friend will come work in that business with you, market that business for you. That's what a real friend would do. But how many friends in your group do you have that do that? They watch from the outside, but they're not going to be in there in the trenches with you. They're not going to help you out. They're just waiting on you to fail because they want you to stay right there where you are. But you have to define yourself from that group. Step aside, step above, rise above the group. They stay down here, you rise up here. If they want to meet you here, you can't come down there. They got to come on up to your level. You're not coming down to them because you lose at that point. You're going in reverse when you're going down. So they got to come up to your level. I know it's hard to do. I know it's hard to change your circles and change your friends and stuff like that. It hurts, but you have to do it. It's the reality. I can go back to when I was 21 years old. Some of my friends from high school, we came up together, and we moved to the same city after high school. We came to the same city, went to college. We remained friends. I remember we'd go out, we partied, we had a great time. All of us young men, we had ambition, but we didn't have a career or know what we were doing yet. We were just living our life. But as time goes on, we turned 30, I had started separating myself from the pack. I was leveling up. I had bought a nice house. I had a couple nice cars. Some of my friends were, just still in college or still going back to college, trying to figure out what they want to do. They weren't there yet. So the things that I was talking about and wanted to do, they weren't able to do. They couldn't travel with me. They couldn't see the things that I saw in life or purchase the things that I was buying in life because they weren't on my level. And that them not being on my level, eventually from year after year, I remained friends with them. Things were good sometimes and things you could tell they weren't really good. They weren't really happy for me. But when you're successful, you overlook a lot of the stuff that's kind of below you. You don't really, see it that way because when you're moving fast and doing good, that's all you see is good. You don't really think about the bad that, the hate or the disrespect or people are disguising in their joke. It's like a joke, but it's actually very disrespectful to you. You kind of overlook that stuff because you're beyond that. You're above that. But in reality, as time goes on, you're 30, you turn 40. I'm 50 now. Those things, they don't sit well with me. Those circles, I'm not in those circles anymore because eventually you learn that circle was really just holding you back. They still are where they were when they were 25. You're on a whole nother level. And if you want to get to a whole nother level, if you're 25 right now or 30 right now, or even 40 right now, even 50 right now, if you look at that circle that you've been with for a long time and everybody's on the same level, maybe it's time to make some new connections. Maybe it's time to start having some better conversations or some new conversations with some people that are on your level and trying to see the world and do bigger things and do big entrepreneurial things. You got to step away from that. I'm not telling you today, hey, cut off your friends, cut off your circle. I'm not telling you that at all. I'm just telling you to do an inventory of your circle and your friends and the people around you and see, are they helping you? Are they giving you the same energy that you're giving them? Do you give them more love than they give you? Do you support their ideas or their stuff that they're doing, sharing their stuff on social media or talking it up? You do the same for you. Just do an inventory on it and think about it and move from that point. I promise you, you'll see some things that you probably felt, but you never did anything about. You'll see it a lot more clear now. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Sometimes, growth just requires new conversations. If you stay in the same circle, stay having the same conversations with the same old people, you're going to get the same old result. You want to level up, you got to venture out. You got to meet some new people, get some new connections, have some new conversations about new things, open your mind up, open your thinking up to other opportunities and other ways that people think. That's what you got to do. If you really want to get to the next level in this thing, like I said, if you're 30, you're 40, you're figuring it out, hey, it's time to change your way of thinking to get to the next level. Thank you for watching and sharing this journey with me on the Mindset Manual. If you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, I appreciate you clapping for me by doing so right now. If you know somebody that needs to hear my testimony, send them a link to the channel so they can join the family. Be sure to join me next week for part 4 of this 8-part series. Next week, we're talking about, is your comfort destroying your potential? It's going to be a great episode. But until then, I want you to stay focused, stay balanced, and keep practicing that emotional intelligence.
The Mindset Manual with Myron Williams.